We are again here presenting our 24th edition of our FCTL webinar series. And today we have our alumni, Mr. Santosh Kamantham. He is Assistant General Manager, Waycool Foods Private Limited, Chennai. And today he will be presenting on a very interesting topic, who moved my fruits and vegetables? A question which he will be addressing in his lecture today. As we always introduce our alumni through our coordinator who have seen them closely, who have seen them working in our lab, I would request our Professor Mishra sir to introduce Santosh sir before giving him a formal introduction to the audience. Sir, just tell a few about Santosh sir.
Yes. Santosh, he did a BTech as well as MTech dual degree from IIT Kharagpur. And he was very, very active student as usual. All the UG students in IIT, they are active. And one thing special with him that he was, I think, president of AES, Santosh?
Yes, sir, yes. 2011-12.
President of AES, and I was at that time, I think, faculty advisor of AES.
Yes.
And as a president as well as faculty advisor, generally Agricultural Engineering Society, they organize every year Prakriti. In fact, that is a student fest. That is another very important event which is getting popular day by day. Of course, in the last 2 years due to COVID, it was a little bit affected. But so it was during the Prakriti, we came in intimate contact because we used to interact, discuss how to organize. And then finally, after that, in his master's program, he joined my lab and took his MTech thesis in my laboratory. And there, again, he did excellent work. After doing MTech, he joined the company. And in fact, Santosh has been one undergraduate student of the institute or my team who is regularly in touch with me. In fact, because of obvious reasons that PG student, MTech and PhD, they devote more time in the laboratory, so they develop more intimacy. But Santosh, although he was in our laboratory just for 1 year in MTech because it was dual degree program, so 1 year MTech, but still during that 1 year itself, by his actions and by his intelligent thinking and interaction with other colleagues, students and ours, he left an imprint. In fact, one more thing, recently we had appointed him as a CEO of our Agri-Business Incubation Center. Hello, Professor Viswanathan. Good evening, sir. Welcome. So he was appointed because last time when interview was there, so obviously he was a candidate and whole team committee unanimously selected him. But finally, maybe due to his family reasons, he could not join and we really got deprived of his services. That is ABIC or institute got deprived. But anyway, we are always in touch and let's hear him because this is very, very interesting topic. That is who is eating away, who is doing your fruits and vegetables. Let's see what is the opinion of Santosh in this because he has experience, on-hand experience in the industry. He is working on the industry, particularly who is dealing with fruits and vegetable supply chain management. So I think he will give a very real picture and we all will be benefited by that. Yes, over to Jayashree. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, thank you so much for giving him your insights and your experience for how Santosh sir was closely associated to our lab. So on the topic, who moved my fruits and vegetables, he will talk about how perishable supply chains operate, how the key stakeholders and how the technology renewed investor interest is shaping up in the supply chains. And moving on to his short bio, Santosh sir, Mr. Santosh has done his agri. Sorry, there will be some glitches. Mr. Santosh has is an agribusiness professional with 8 years of experience in sales, operations, and sourcing of agriculture commodities. He is passionate about contributing to organizing the unorganized perishable supply chain such as fruits, vegetables, supply chains to reduce wastage. He has done his MTech and BTech dual degree in agriculture engineering and food engineering from IIT Kharagpur 2018 to 2013 and holds a PG certificate in IIM Ahmedabad. Now he has set up one of the fastest growing agro-business agri-tech companies, Waycool Foods, and manages his business, which is a turnabout about 50 crore annual turnover. It's a privilege to have Mr. Santosh among us. Sir, I'll request you to present your presentation. I'm here presenting you.
Yeah, you present. I have switched off my laptop.
Yes, I'm present.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Professor Mishra is my guru. I mean, not just the academic insights, but I have learned management skills from him. Looking at him managing 40-50 research scholars, ensuring other extracurricular activities has been a very good lesson for me. So I have fortunately kept in touch with him all these years, and I am sure we will be in touch the years to come. And unfortunately, I was not able to participate. In a more contributing manner, but wherever I saw an opportunity to give something back to IIT Kharagpur, especially AGFE, I have been always ready. So when Monalisha approached me, I was like eagerly waiting for any opportunity to share whatever little knowledge I have, and so I'm glad to be here. So I have chosen this topic. The inspiration behind the title is there is a book called Who Moved My Cheese. It's a famous book. It talks about how change management happens in organization. So only the title I have taken just to keep it interesting. So what we are going to talk about is completely a different thing. So let the presentation start. Jayasri, can you present?
I'm presenting.
What is the problem, Jayasri?
Nothing, sir. Just my laptop also is not responding.
So in fact, I wanted this session to be more two-way dialogue rather than a lecture. So I have, yeah,
sir,
next
is
slide,
it visible?
please.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, pretty much visible.
Okay, sir.
Next slide. I think we covered this. Yeah, so I actually wanted to run this poll just to understand how people get their daily vegetables and all. So I think unfortunately we may not be able to do since I am joining in the phone. But so anybody can answer this question. How many of you are happy with the quality of vegetables you get you get from wherever you get? Anybody from the audience can answer this. Are you happy with the quality of vegetables that you get or fruits that you get?
No.
Not always.
Yes, sir, we are happy.
No?
I think answer by majority will be no, they are not happy.
You're happy.
Not always.
Not
Okay.
happy.
Yeah. How many of you think vegetables rates are high?
Yes.
If you go to market and purchase vegetables, you think
rates are always
high. How many?
Especially in TechM.
Yeah. So this is what I wanted to.
Gita purchases vegetables. He will tell.
Some are high, sir. Some not all others.
In township it is high, sir.
But in our
Yeah, I am looking at.
our IT technology market, it is always high.
Sir, technology market always
high, sir. High compared to.
Yeah. So when I saw, मुझे personally लगता था कि वेजिटेबल में कुछ तो टमाटर के ऊपर कुछ डार्क मार्क्स है और वाई दे आर इंक्रीजिंग वेजिटेबल्स प्राइसेस 40 रुपीज पर किलो. मुझे तो हमेशा ये हमेशा था कि क्वालिटी सही नहीं है एंड रेट्स ज्यादा है. तो then I thought probably this is just me, but when I got into the industry I realized most of the consumers feel these are the problems, quality sahi nahi hai and zyada rates zyada and all. So this is a predominant issue. So what we are going to talk about today is next slide please. So there is no back. Yeah. So can you see this picture and tell me what it is? Anybody?
It's usually addressing the elephant in the talk, the main problem.
Yeah, you're close, almost there. So there is a phrase called elephant in the room. इसका मतलब क्या है? I think everybody is conversant with Hindi, I think. So I will keep changing between Hindi and English. Is there anyone who cannot understand Hindi? ठीक है. So I assume everybody understands. So there are certain.
Now it is NEP. So all languages are allowed. Hindi, English, Tamil, Odia, Telugu. You can speak in any language.
Sure.
Yes.
So so elephant in the room is a phrase in English which means no, not that Krishna. So there are certain problems which everybody knows, but people seldom talk about them. So something like this is fruits and vegetables. So fruits and vegetables actually, farmers when they grow, they always think we are not getting the right price for this material. This year I have grown tomatoes, but there is no market for it, and they think I am growing 1 metric ton of tomato, and in that only 70-80% is good. Remaining all people are not accepting. And they think they have to go to long distance to give the produce in the market. So they think it's a problem for them. Growing fruits and vegetables is a problem for them. Somebody like intermediary person in the market, he thinks buying and selling vegetables is the most difficult part, because he has to wake up in the night, early morning he has to start the market, and he thinks whatever he buys there will be a lot of wastage in the supply chain, and at the end of the day he will not get any money out of it. Customer, as we have already seen, we think always the prices are high and the quality of the vegetables is never up to the mark. So every part of the supply chain thinks this is not right. And this problem is ubiquitous, like everybody know. So I think there will not be any person who does not eat fruits and vegetables. So सबको खाना ही पड़ता है, and it's a everyday thing. It's not that कभी एक बार खाया अभी नहीं खाया and all. So every day we consume fruits and vegetables, and every day we know these problems. But how often do you talk about it? अभी एग्रीकल्चर में हम लोग काम करते हैं, डिपार्टमेंट वगैरह, हम लोगों का बहुत होता है, पर वेरी फ्यू कोर्सेज प्रॉबेबली, और व्हेनेवर देयर आर सिंपोजियम, वेरी फ्यू लेक्चर्स, मतलब इतना इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दिया जाता है जितना इसको देना चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाट माय फीलिंग इज. सो I look at this problem as elephant in the room. Everybody knows about this problem, but nobody wants to talk about it, and this needs a lot of more interventions, and more engagement should happen in resolving these problems. Next slide please. if you have gone to a local market, I'm sure most of you have already gone. This is how the material is handled there. तो पूरा कीचड़ में रहता है वो मटेरियल, वो जो गनी बैग्स है ना वो ऐसे ही पड़ा रहता है, उसी में ये लोग वेजिटेबल्स पैक करते हैं. और आप देखोगे वो पिक्चर्स क्लोजली तो ऐसे ही मतलब दे जस्ट स्प्रेड ऑन द फ्लोर एंड कोई एक बंदा तो उसके ऊपर सो रहा है. मतलब द वे वेजिटेबल्स आर हैंडल्ड इन द करंट सिचुएशन इज पैथेटिक. And see, that is a food. Ultimately, it requires certain level of handling, hygiene, and all. But in most of the other cases, people actually handle better. Like rice, people handle it in 25 kg bags. There are brands in rice. Dals में भी है, oils तो most of the time very organized and all. Milk for that matter is more organized and all. But vegetables का ही ऐसा होता है. Vegetable market में it's all random. कोई आता है कोई जाता है, वहाँ पे vehicles अटका रहते हैं 3-4 घंटे के लिए. So I always felt ऐसा क्यों? ये तो ऐसा नहीं है कि एकदम सस्ता का मटेरियल है, ऐसा नहीं है कि दिस इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब ये प्रॉब्लम लोगों को पता नहीं है, बट ऐसे ही है. मतलब so many years have passed but still vegetable markets are like this only. So I think this needs to be addressed. This is a very serious problem and this has to change from this to next slide please. This we deserve vegetables like this. उससे पहले तो सबसे पहले कोई वेजिटेबल फ्लोर पे नहीं होना चाहिए. हर एक वेजिटेबल शुड बी इन वन प्लेस. अगर एंड इट शुड बी इन अ मैनर विच इज अपीलिंग टू अस. It has to be in a crates, it has to be on the shelf, it has to be properly merchandised. Because what is the difference between this and a milk? Literally there is no difference. No, milk we consume every day, but vegetables also we consume every day. But why is this partiality between vegetables and other food? So the thing has to change from the earlier handling way to this current way. But then why doesn't it change? Why so many people have not been able to do? Or I mean, what is happening currently? So this is what I wanted to discuss. Next slide, please. तो ये तो बहुत vast topic है. So I will be covering only minuscule of this. I'll just give a introduction to the problem and then I will keep it open for you to think on that, because it requires everybody to contribute in some way or the other. So this session you should look at it as more like a some kind of puzzle. You need to read more about it and also see if you have any idea to this, you can write to me or you can share these ideas in the group and all. So I will just take you through certain facts. So agriculture contributes about 18% to the Indian GDP, which is about 50 lakh crore. So we contribute about 58% of the total population is in agriculture. So I think this most of us know. A lot of discussion happens in agriculture. F&V, which is like fruits and vegetables, contributes about 33% of it. So 6% of the total GDP comes from fruits and vegetables alone. And what is interesting is the acreage on F&V is growing at a 18% CAGR, cumulated average growth rate, in the past few years. So which is very, very fast. Whereas other food products are growing only at 5%. So whatever we have seen has to change. Even this makes it even more important that the handling should change very rapidly. Okay, so we are the second largest fruits and vegetables producer in the world. So world actually looks at us to supply fruits and vegetables. So can anybody tell who is the first largest fruits and vegetables producer in the world?
So India, I think, sir.
I think China.
Any guesses? Yeah, Brazil is right. China is the largest. No, China is the answer. So China is the largest. See, we produce about 14% of the total fruits and vegetables for the world. Okay, so a lot of fruits and vegetables actually get exported, and so on an average we produce about 100 plus 300 million metric tons of fruits and vegetables together. So which is very very high. Whereas China produces something like 700 million metric tons. About 15.3% of the farmers grow vegetables and 4.6 about total farmers में 20% grow fruits and vegetables, so which is very very significant. And the most worrying part of fruits and vegetables is the wastage. So usually in the entire supply chain there is about 15 to 30%. On an average 25-30% will be there as a wastage. So for example, if I grow 1 metric ton of, that is 1000 kg of tomato, by the time it reaches consumer only 700 kgs will be left. बीच में 300 kg गायब हो जाता है. वो कहाँ पे होता है? मल्टीपल जगह पे होता है, मतलब ग्रोइंग का फेज में होता है, वहां से मार्केट लेके जाने का टाइम में कुछ खराब हो जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ पुअर हैंडलिंग. सो दैट वी विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो सी दिस इज अ वेरी बिग प्रॉब्लम. So if I tell you what is the wastage, so अभी 18% GDP मतलब 6% GDP F&B का है, so 50 lakh crores का है, तो about 3 lakh crores is the F&B. In that about 30% ले लो, that is 90,000 crores. 90,000 crores का loss होता है per year. You can imagine what we can do with 90,000 crores. मैं तो बोलता हूँ उसमें अगर हम लोग 20% भी कुछ करेंगे, if we reduce the losses even by 20% also, still it is like 18,000 crores, which is about 2 to 3 billions US dollars per year, which is very very high. So I mean, बहुत सारा IITs डाल सकते हैं, बहुत सारा IIMs डाल सकते हैं, मतलब बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं 18,000 crores से तो, and which is actually not a very big problem to solve also if everybody is contributing to this issue and giving their own kind of solutions and all. So this is the scenario and this is the importance of solving this problem. Next please. तो इसमें typical fruits and vegetable supply chain क्या होता है? I'll tell you about मैं एक कंपनी में काम किया था, लीफ बोल के, वो ऊटी में है, तो हम लोग कैरेट्स हैंडल करते थे. तो आई टेल यू कैरेट्स क्या होता था. इट्स ए वेरी ट्रॉपिकल प्लांट्स. विंटर में या तो आप मानसून में ही कर सकते हैं एंड इट रिक्वायर्स वेरी कोल्ड वेदर एंड ऑल. सो ऊटी में उगता है या तो बैंगलोर में उगता है वो कैरेट. एंड कैरेट आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ अस कंज्यूम, राइट? सैलाड में बनता है. कैरेट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वेजिटेबल. सो फ्रॉम ऊटी to my home in Hyderabad, it passes to up to 7 different stages. वो पहले फार्मर कट करके एक कव्वा बोल के एक जगह होता है where actually the carrot gets washed, वहाँ लेके जाता है. वहाँ वॉश होने के बाद वो he takes it to, there is a market under the hills of Nilgiri called Mettupalayam. वहाँ पे जाता है. वहाँ से it goes to बैंगलोर में KR मार्केट में जाता है. And from KR market it goes to Hyderabad. There is one market called Bowenpalli. From Bowenpalli it goes to a secondary market, something like Gudimalkapur market. From there is some supermarket, let's say Pure Natural हो गया, ये तो कोई supermarket है, रत्नदीप है, वहाँ से होता है. And then from there I buy. So in between there are about 7 steps the carrot has to pass through by the time it reaches my home. आप कैरेट कितना दिन के लिए स्टोर कर सकते हैं? कैरेट मैक्सिमम 1 वीक के लिए स्टोर कर सकते हैं. बियॉन्ड दैट इट गेट्स स्पॉइल्ड, राइट? So imagine the material has to move so quickly and with so much carefulness and it has to ensure that by the time I get my home, which I probably may be storing for another 3-4 days, it should be good enough. तो अभी एज अ कंज्यूमर ऐसी कैरेट एंड सी यार उसके ऊपर दागा है एंड ऑल, अभी मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता. अभी तो मुझे लगता है सब सही है, मतलब बिकॉज आई नो द पेन ऑफ गेटिंग कैरेट्स फ्रॉम ऊटी टू माई होम. सो बट दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम. सो व्हाट कैन वी डू टू रिड्यूस? सो अभी तो दो सोल्यूशन है. एक तो क्या है, नंबर ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट्स कम करो, ऊटी से डायरेक्ट हैदराबाद के लिए करो. और मतलब दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, there is no one solution that fits for this problem. If you think आप हैदराबाद में क्यों नहीं ग्रो कर सकते हैं, that could be one solution also, because we may not have done enough work and saying no we cannot grow in Hyderabad. हो सकता है आप बोलते हैं कि आप उसको फ्रीज करके वो वैक्यूम पैकेट में करके क्यों नहीं कर सकते हैं, कर सकते होंगे. मतलब so it is basically lot of ideas should come and they have to be debated upon and see what is the most cost efficient and most sustainable solution for this. Then we can take that solution forward. So usually क्या होता है, from farmers it goes to an aggregator, from aggregator it goes to a distributor, from distributor it goes to a wholesaler, from wholesaler it goes to a retailer and it goes to a consumer. So on an average 6-7 होता है. What is happening, good thing happening in F&B is now there are a lot of the supply chain companies like हमारा है Waycool. What we do, we have a collection center in Ooty. So हम लोग वहां से लेके प्यूरो नेचुरल हैदराबाद जो सुपरमार्केट का मैं बोल रहा था, वो हम ही लोग हैंडल करते हैं. पहले वहां पे 5 लोग काम करते थे. अब 5 लोग करने से क्या होता है, पता नहीं आप वो कैसे स्टोर कर रहा है, वो कहाँ पे स्टोर करता है, कैसे वो ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहा है. अब अगर वेहिकल ही हैंडल करता है 5 स्टेप, तो एक कंसिस्टेंसी रहता है. हाँ, वेहिकल का स्टैंडर्ड ऐसा है, वो हमेशा रेफर व्हीकल यूज करते हैं, उनका वेयर हाउसेस अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड एसओपी वगैरह फॉलो करते हैं. सो दैट इज समथिंग विच इज हैपनिंग गुड. But I just wanted to ensure, I will tell everybody that vegetables that we get at home are usually handled multiple times, and that is not sustainable in the long run. So we have to be innovative and see how we can reduce the cycle time between harvest to the time it reaches the consumer. Yeah. Next slide, please. हाँ, तो इतना मुश्किल क्यों है ये? What makes F&B supply chain more difficult than other? अब you see now everything is sorted. Now you see food चाहिए हमको स्विगी में आराम से मिल जाता है. मतलब our life has become so easy, but still fruits and vegetables का तो इतना wastages है, ये है वो है, वो क्यों है? So the reason is this is a very complex problem because of some features. One is the most important, perishability. You cannot store fruits and vegetables beyond let's say 7 days or 10 days. If we can store, if somebody tells no I have a technology which I can store by another 2-3 days, that will be very huge help for the sector. One more thing, fragmented supply base. अभी carrots बहुत कम जगह पे grow होता है और कैरेट्स हम सबको चाहिए. सो अभी मैं कैरेट के ऊपर फोकस करूंगा, तो देन आई हैव टू पुट माय कलेक्शन सेंटर इन ऊटी. इफ आई फोकस ऑन माय गार्ड्स, देन आई हैव टू सेट अप कलेक्शन सेंटर समवेयर एल्स. ऑनियन के लिए मैं करना है तो महाराष्ट्र में, गुजरात में, तो उधर रखना पड़ेगा. ऐसा मतलब सब अलग अलग जगह पे मिलते हैं. और हमको वेजिटेबल्स मतलब सब एक ही जैसा लगता है. फॉर मी वेजिटेबल इज लाइक सम 10-15 वेजिटेबल्स पुट टुगेदर, आई कॉल इट एज अ वेजिटेबल. ऐसा नहीं कि ऑनियन को मैं सेपरेटली हैंडल करता हूँ. हम कभी परचेज भी ऐसे नहीं करते हैं ना, ऑनियन सेपरेट परचेज नहीं करते हैं, पोटैटो सेपरेट परचेज, हम सभी एक साथ करते हैं. हमको लगता है कि एक बंडल जैसा उगता है. पोटैटो आता है मध्य प्रदेश से, टमाटो आता है इधर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट साउथ इंडिया विच आई एम मोर फेमिलियर विद. कोलार, अनंतपुर, मदनपल्ली से आता है. ऑनियन आता है महाराष्ट्र, नासिक. अब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये सब एक ही जगह से आ रहे हैं. दीज गाइस आर एक्चुअली नॉट एबल टू मैनेज प्रॉपर्ली. सो supply base is very fragmented. What can we do about it? If you have some solution, you should think about it. Even if you do 1 or 2 products also, if you have a solution for that, that is also a very good thing. And one more thing है, price transparency नहीं है. अभी आजकल तो थोड़ा बहुत बिग बास्केट, फ्लिपकार्ट आया है, so we can see what is the price and all. But पहले ऐसा होता था कि मार्केट में आप जाते हो तभी जाके आपको पता चलेगा आज का भाव क्या है. ये लोग हमेशा 40 रुपीज पर केजी बेचते हैं, बट वो बैक एंड में फार्मर्स को जब देते हैं कभी 8 रुपया, कभी 20 रुपया, कभी 22 रुपया होता है, बट वी डोंट नो। तो अभी ये तो इंफॉर्मेशन मिसमैच हो गया ना, मतलब कस्टमर थिंग्स देयर इज अ डिफरेंट प्राइस, सप्लायर थिंग्स देयर इज अ डिफरेंट प्राइस, सो इन बिटवीन लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ व्हिच द सेक्टर इज नॉट गोइंग अहेड। ट्रेसेबिलिटी नहीं है अभी, मेरे को ये कहाँ से आता है, कहाँ से आया मुझे पता ही नहीं है, whether the farm was cultivated properly, nothing, I just see the produce, अगर उसके ऊपर दागा वागा नहीं है तो I take it, otherwise I don't take it। लैक ऑफ यूनिफॉर्म स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड क्वालिटी चेक्स तो है ही नहीं। सो अभी कभी कभी हमको क्या होता है, हम लोग देखते हैं टमाटो, उसके ऊपर अगर वो वाइट दिखता है, मान लो ये अच्छा नहीं है, छोड़ो साइड में रखो। क्यों वाइट दिखता है, बट उसको आप एक बार खा के देखो, अच्छा ही तो है वो। सो अभी कोई बोलता नहीं है कि व्हाट इज गुड एंड व्हाट इज बैड, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इन वेजिटेबल्स। उसके ऊपर एक भी छोटा सा मार के तो नहीं, इसको नहीं लेना है, तो ऐसे वेस्टेज बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है। इफ समबडी सेज as long as it fits these kind of parameters, this is good, and this is how it is checked. Only appearance nahi hai, appearance can be one part of the quality, but it cannot be everything. So then things will start changing. Fragmented demand base, so it has to reach to the remotest part of the world, so everybody needs fruits and vegetables. ऐसा नहीं कि smartphone है तो only few people can afford or few people can live without with it and all. Seasonality भी है, हमेशा मिलता नहीं है मैंगोस वगैरह। तो एंड मुझे तो और एक प्रॉब्लम लगता है, ये डेटा कहीं मिलता नहीं है। मुझे लगता है कि इतना कुछ अगर है ही तो why can't I go to some website and see last year how much tomato was produced in a country? मेरे को एग्रीगेट लेवल में मिलता है, हो सकता है 10 मिलियन मेट्रिक टन का टमाटो, उससे आई डोंट सी एनी वैल्यू। इफ आई कैन सी एक एक रीजन में कितना कितना ग्रो होता है, उससे पहला वाला ईयर में क्या होगा, तो देन I can analyze the data and see, I can get some inference, but unfortunately in fruits and vegetable sector data is also not available in online, or कोई accurate data देने वाला है ही नहीं, so which makes it even more complex to solve this problem. तो ये तो है, मतलब बहुत डिफिकल्ट प्रॉब्लम है एंड बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है सॉल्व करने का। तो as I said, I will not be going to the solutions part and all because solutions are very very different. What I will cover today is one part that we will take on the farmer side. What are the issues that he will face? So he will face supply and demand management uncertainty. So farmers क्या करते हैं, in our place they see last year what crop has got the highest rate. मान लो मिर्ची का सबसे ज्यादा हुआ तो सब मिर्ची डालते हैं। आई सी लास्ट ईयर किसका मतलब वही इधर प्रीवियस डेटा पे देते हैं, तो मेरा सॉइल में व्हाट आई थिंक ग्रोस वेल, सो दे पुट दैट ओनली, एंड यूजुअली एक विलेज में तो सॉइल ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर ही रहता है, तो दे ऑल ऑफ देम पुट द सेम थिंग। तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस व्हाट हैपेंस, लास्ट ईयर जिसका ज्यादा प्राइस हो गया, नेक्स्ट ईयर उसका कम ही हो जाता है प्राइस, क्योंकि एवरीबडी हैज ग्रोन दैट। किसी को पता नहीं है कि चिल्ली का रिक्वायरमेंट कितना है। अभी अगर इस क्लस्टर में अगर मुझे चिल्ली ग्रो करना है तो मुझे कितना ग्रो करना है, किसके ऊपर मैं ग्रो नहीं कर सकता हूँ, वो किसी को नहीं पता। तो अगर वो पता होगा तो देन वी कैन डू समथिंग अबाउट इट। ओके, अगर हमको 10 मेट्रिक टन चाहिए तो एक एकड़ में अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2 मेट्रिक टन उगता है, तो 5 मेट्रिक टन हम 5 एकर्स में हम लोग चिल्ली डालेंगे, बाकी कुछ और डालेंगे, वो हमको पता ही नहीं है। डिमांड कितना है हमको पता नहीं, अब सप्लाई भी कितना आता है किसी को नहीं पता। अभी इतना कुछ करने के बाद भी किसी का ओवर सप्लाई होता है, किसी का अंडर सप्लाई होता है। तो अभी हाउ डू वी सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम? अब डिमांड कैसे एग्रीगेट करें एंड हाउ डू यू एक्चुअली grow based on the demand? So this is one problem farmer faces. What is so traceability and value proposition है। So मान लो if I am a farmer, I have done very well, I follow all the good practices and all. Do I get the better price? No. do people know who is consuming my produce that I have followed all the practices? No. Why? Because there is no traceability. So I don't have any incentive to actually grow well, because it only increases my cost without actually benefiting me in any way in my revenue. So this is something he faces. Pack house and cold chain network. So most of the people, somebody was mentioning India में तो supply chain तो खराब है. So that is true. I mean cold chain facilities नहीं है, pack houses नहीं है. वो pre-cooling करने. There is something in vegetables where if you can cool before 24 hours of harvest at a certain temperature, the shelf life can be extended by 2 to 3 days. तो वो pre-cooling rooms नहीं होते हैं. So, and lot of intermediaries, as I said, 5-6 people. So, whether they are benefiting us or whether they are taking their advantage, they don't know. Transportation, how do they transport? Farmers के पास गाड़ियाँ वगैरह नहीं होता. How do they pack? वो ऐसे बोरी में, फर्स्ट फोटो में हमने देखा था, एक गन्नी बैग्स में डाल के जाते हैं. उसमें they get suffocated. By the time it reaches the market, एक के ऊपर एक डालते हैं, तो नीचे वाला तो पूरा दब जाता है. तो फार्मर्स को वो सब पता ही नहीं है. और शेल्फ लाइफ एक्सटेंशन कैसे करना है, उसका एडवांटेज कैसे लेना है, कस्टमर एक्चुअली क्या चाह रहा है, इज कस्टमर लुकिंग फॉर एनी अदर प्रोडक्ट, वो सब उनको पता नहीं होता. सो दिस इज वन मोर प्रॉब्लम. आईटी वगैरह तो दूर की बात है, मतलब इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी तो फार्मर को पहले ये पता चले कि कितना ग्रो करे, क्या ग्रो करे, हाउ डू आई बेटर प्रोड्यूस माय प्रोड्यूस, देन तब तो जाएगा ना वो इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी को मैं कैसे यूज कर सकता हूँ. बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आईटी इज अ टूल टू इंश्योर योर एफिशिएंसी इज इंक्रीज्ड. It is not a solution, no, it is just a tool. So these are the problems a farmer faces while growing the fruits and vegetables. Next slide, please. Jayashree, next slide. Hello.
Next slide is issues for thought. Issues and food for thought.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Sir, could you not see it?
Yes. Now it is fine.
Now I can see.
Go to the presentation mode. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just 2 minutes.
So supply demand. So उसमें I have taken one issue and I wanted to elaborate on that. If volume and price stability comes, then farmer realization will improve. So if farmer knows this is the volume I should be growing, if I grow to this volume, I will get this price. Farmer will not know the price until he goes to the market and it is sold, which is very, very pathetic. Everybody, if I want to sell something, I will call the price. I will say this is the price. If you want to buy, you don't. You buy. Otherwise, you don't buy. Only इसमें होता है, मतलब of course other grains में भी होता है, but fruits and vegetables में होता है. He goes to the market, then he sells, then he will realize what is the price. So, but if we can give him, you grow tomato, I will buy at 20 rupees. You grow 5 ton, I will buy all 5 tons. Then farmer will be happy. He knows this is my input cost, this is my revenue, so this is what I will make. Then something can be done. Farmers tend to make decisions informally. So ये तो हमने discuss किया है. So this has to change. There should be some logic on what to grow. Farmer himself cannot make that logic. We as an educational, academicians or managers like me should help the farmers in telling them what to grow and how to grow all that. So, so this is what a few solutions. proper notification of demand expectations. So ultimately, agar population hai, we know the population figures and we know per capita consumption of fruits and vegetables, and we know which vegetable is contributes to how much amount. So demand is actually not that difficult to get. So for example, a person consumes for example 250 grams of fruits and vegetables every day. In that, let's say 10% is onion. So एक आदमी का 25 grams का onion चाहिए. तो हैदराबाद में ऐसा 1 करोड़ लोग हैं for example. So 1 crore into 25 grams. So I know what is the consumption of onion in Hyderabad. So demand expectations actually easy है. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि ऑनियन एकदम आज 25 ग्राम्स खाया और कल एकदम 50 ग्राम, ऐसा तो नहीं होता है. मतलब एवरेज आउट हो जाता है. बट वो क्यों नहीं किया, मतलब अभी तक इसके ऊपर इतना ध्यान ही नहीं किया किसी का कि इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कैसे करें. डिमांड तो एक्चुअली देखा जाएगा तो डिमांड इज नॉट दैट वेरिएंट. डिमांड for each and every item also you can get out. You will be a little upset up and down, but you will be able to get. So that demand has to reach to the farmer, and he has to also see in that how much he can take and whatnot. Then one more thing is, abhi as I said, carrots grow in Ooty and carrots grow in Bangalore. There is a variety called Ooty carrot and there is a variety called Malur carrot. Malur is a place near by Bangalore. So if Malur में ज़्यादा carrot सूखता है last year, then Ooty का carrot का demand कम हो जाता है. तो these guys also need to know कि what is the related supply area for the product that I am growing, and what is the sowing pattern, what is the expected harvest in that area, so that they can plan in a better manner. One solution is sale of seeds. If somebody does not buy seeds, he will not be able to grow. Of course, there will be some people who are like खुद का वो grains वगैरह खुद का seeds वगैरह बनाते होंगे. But if you remove them also from the equation, then seed companies जो है वो हमको कितना टमाटो सीड्स बेचा है, कितना ओकरा का सीड्स बेचा है, वो सब दे सकते हैं. किस रीजन में कितना बेचा है तो वो सब दे सकते हैं. तो बेसिकली वन सोल्यूशन आई फील इज सीड्स का जो सेल है वो ऑनलाइन पे होना चाहिए. तो देन वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट by in next 90 days में 120 days में कितना क्रॉप आ सकता है. then accordingly whether there will be excess or whether there will be a shortage and all. This is one next phase. तो फोरकास्ट करना चाहिए. आजकल तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ये सब आया है, तो यू नो दिस प्रेडिक्टिव एनालिटिक्स एंड ऑल. फेसबुक में हम लोग कुछ देखते हैं तो नेक्स्ट टाइम वो अपने को सजेस्ट करता है, सो ऑल दैट. सो ऑल दोस टूल्स कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स, एंड वी शुड बी एबल टू फोरकास्ट बेटर इन टर्म्स ऑफ सप्लाई कितना आएगा, डिमांड कितना आएगा एंड ऑल. सो you can see what forecasting methods you can use. So my suggestion is you take one product which you know very well, probably which grows in your area, or which you any product you like, you study a lot about it. You see where it is grown, how much it is grown, how much is wasted, how much is sold, kitna usme value chain mein percentage of gross margin kitna aata hai. You read all that and see what you can do. If you have any idea to increase, decrease the wastage or increase the revenue, anything that you wanted to do, you should explore this. Crop insurance to will give you certain safety for farmers to take some do some experiments and all. So this has to increase. Prime Minister insurance wala hai, Kisan insurance, but adaptability has to increase. If you one more important thing is which is for people like us, food chemistry technology students like us, if you can extend shelf life, it is going to be a game changer. Because imagine a situation where carrot can be extended shelf life up to 6 months. तो अब हैदराबाद में आके रहेगा वो, अब ऊटी से आने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. then most of the problems are solved. वो 7 hands चेंज करने का जरूरत भी नहीं है. वो हैदराबाद में रहेगा, जब मेरे को चाहिए तब मिलेगा वो. अभी क्या है, every day material has to come to Hyderabad because it is only 1 week shelf life and all, and it takes about 3-4 days from source to here. So any ideas on extending shelf life is very very useful. One more thing is processed substitutes. अब हम लोग इधर साउथ में सांबार वगैरह बनता है, तो हमेशा टमाटो क्यों यूज करने का, टमाटो प्यूरी यूज कर सकते हैं. वो सब करने से क्या है, द वेस्टेज तो कम हो जाएगा ना. यू प्रिपेयर प्यूरी बिफोर हैंड, यू यूज व्हेनेवर यू वांट. All that are a few ideas which I request everyone to explore a bit more and see what are the different ideas, and you reach out to me. I mean, if you have any idea or if you need to know anything further on this. Next slide. So my agenda was to cover what happens in fruits and vegetables as an industry, but I just wanted to touch upon a few points on what we do in Vehicle and all. So we are majorly a South India based company. So we started as a retail chain, small retail chain in Chennai, and then we realized the scale of problem that we are solving is very small. So we wanted to get into business to business, where we wanted to sell at large volumes and all. Then what we said, there is a place in Tamil Nadu, Hosur, so where vegetables are grown, and from there it goes to Tamil Nadu, Kerala and all. So हम लोग क्या देखा, this is between Chennai and Bangalore. So usually lot of materials go from Bangalore to Chennai. So we said एक vehicle तो Bangalore to Chennai जाता ही है. So on the return, the vehicle has to come back anyways. So can we explore reverse logistics and get vegetables from Hosur to Bangalore, so that there is a value addition. So per kg logistics cost kam ho jayega. So then you can sell at lower price, or you can give 1 rupee higher to the farmer. So that is how we started. We started with one route from between Bangalore to Hyderabad, Bangalore to Chennai and all. So now we have grown in the last 6 years. I have been with this company for the last 3 years. Company is 6 years old, and we are about 1,000 crore company now. Almost we will be touching the revenue of 1,000 crore now. So we have grown multifold. We have gone in, we have not only fruits and vegetables, but we have also expanded to different products and all. So if you see on the right, JSV, can you show on the right? Yeah, sorry, I have. So we have these brands. Sunny Bee is our brand for fruits and vegetables. So we wanted to actually make it as a product. Fruits and vegetables product क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? If milk can be a product, why can't fruits and vegetable can be a product? Why can't it have a brand? So हम लोग Sunny Bee launch किया. Then other like spices, dairy brand, Madhuram, all that is there, and we supply to almost all the major e-commerce players, I mean hotels, restaurants and all. So we do that. So next slide, Jayashree. So one element what I wanted to touch upon is जो first 2 photos में हमने देखा, handling change होना चाहिए. So how do we actually change the handling? So if you look at this photo, we have this distribution. This is our distribution center. So this has a very high elevated roof, which maintains temperature, humidity, and all. If you see the photo closely, everything is kept in crates. Nothing is kept on the ground. If you see, there will be some conveyors. So the way we handle produce is completely different from the way market handles the produce. And we use as much as possible mechanization, because person can go wrong in identifying the quality or errors हो सकता है, but machines seldom do. So onion pack करने के लिए हम लोग ऐसा machine बनाया. फिर cold rooms we use extensively, both outside, inside and all. Then the crates that we use have to be washed. So we have a very big crate washing unit. There is this small high humidity greens room because greens का जैसा पालक मेथी ये सब का shelf life और कम होता है, 1-2 दिन का होता है. So we tied up with IIHR, Institute of Horticultural Research, and saw what we wanted to, how can we increase the shelf life of. In fact, Professor Mishra is also. We have submitted a proposal together between IIT Kharagpur and Vehicle, and we wanted to work on increasing the shelf life. Certain projects on that. So we do actively involved with research institutes wherever we see an opportunity to increase the value. And all. Next slide, please. Conveyors use करते हैं so that your efficiency increases, your turnaround time decreases. If you save time, you are saving the cost, so you can actually reduce the price per kg. All that we use that FIFO racks. FIFO is first in first out. So on the back side you use the fresh material. Automatically the front side, once you remove the front side, the back side will come down. There will be rollers on the FIFO rack. So if you tell somebody आप ये यूज कर लेना वो मत यूज करना, तो आपको कंट्रोल ही नहीं है. अभी ये रैक्स में है तो क्या जो भी नया है वो you have to put it in the back, जो भी लेना है वो फ्रंट से लेना है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो FIFO मेंटेन हो जाता है. वो वर्टिकल स्टैकिंग वगैरह रखते हैं हम लोग so that we efficiently use the space and all. Pallets we use everywhere, trolleys we use everywhere. So we change the way entire supply chain is handled. And fortunately, so I worked in Tetra Pak for some 2 years after 2013. Then I was seeing there is a lot of problem in these fruits, vegetables and all. I have been very enthusiastic about the department, agri supply chain and all. So I thought I will give a try, see what happens and all. Now, ever since I have come, so almost 5.5-6 years, there are like almost 1,000 startup companies in this field. Ninja Cart hai, Vehicle hai, Crow Farm hai, Hyperpure. A lot of people have come, and it's a very good sign for the industry. So a lot of opportunity, employment opportunity hai, lot of funding ho rahi hai. So yesterday I was reading some news. APMC handling agricultural produce marketing commissions. वो जो first photo दिखाया था ना, वो market में जैसे handle करते हैं, वो actually अभी it was earlier 50%. Farmers used to sell, it has come down to 24%. If I find that link, I will share it in our group. So the good thing is people are not selling APMC anymore because they see there are people who are handling better and all. So this is what we do in Vehicle. Next slide, please. Transportation is one big point in agri supply chain. So we use that first photo में आप देखोगे तो vehicle is stacked on a long dock. उसमें क्या है, if you put a vehicle and ground floor पे आपका material है तो you have to lift it, put it in the vehicle. वो ज़्यादा efforts लगता है. अगर आपका dock high है तो आप आराम से वो ट्रॉली से ही आप अंदर उसको डाल सकते हैं. वेंटिलेटेड बॉडी यूज करते हैं सो दैट उसका वेस्ट मतलब सफोकेट ना हो जाए. इंसुलेटेड बॉडी यूज करते हैं सो दैट एनर्जी कंजम्पशन कम हो जाएगा. मतलब लॉट वेरेवर वी सी देयर इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. रेफर व्हीकल्स यूज करते हैं हम लोग. सो दिस इज ऑल रियल टाइम फोटोज आई हैव पुट. सो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. तो अभी हमारे लिए we do testing of raw material, testing of finished goods, quality testing ये सब होता है. So nitrate tests we do, and we track so a lot of efficiency, operational efficiency we bring by tracking the deliveries, reducing the turnaround time by route optimization techniques. We use a lot of ERP software solutions, all that. We also get into cut vegetables and all, so that shelf life can be extended. And even जो भी टेढ़ा मेढ़ा फ्रूट वेजिटेबल्स है उसको यूज कर सकते हैं. तो ऑल दैट. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. ITFT मेरा मतलब है food technology. So this is it. I think my motive was to I mean educate people about the problem, gravity of the problem, and show you some facts about the situation and what are the areas we can see the improvements and all. So I think I've covered. So I'm open to question and answers if you have any.
Very informative session, and it is exciting, thrilling. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Now this floor is open for question and answer session. When you can write.
I think one of the most interactive sessions we had till now.
Yes, very.
Thank you.
I think the audience can have their queries. A speaker will be open to answer.
Yes, if there is any question, any suggestions, anything you want to discuss, we can have that. You can write in chat box or even you can ask directly.
You can speak out. Yeah.
Sir, I'm a junior at FCTI. Sir, I wanted to know, like, what are your views under for ethylene, sensors for using it for monitoring the fruits and vegetables?
Ethylene sensors? What did you say?
Sir, for monitoring the ripening of fruits and vegetables.
Yes. So, as you said, I just saw that IIHR के साथ जो project हुआ था, उसमें they basically controlled the relative humidity. They put a control conditions so that the relative humidity is maintained. Usually people think about only temperature, but that is a different way of looking at the problem. So wherever you see like ideal harvesting temperature क्या होना चाहिए, ब्रोकोली है उसका हार्वेस्टिंग टेम्परेचर 10-15 डिग्री से होना चाहिए, तो वहाँ पे आप वो एक सेंसर लगाओगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि दिस इज द टेम्परेचर एट विच आई हैव हार्वेस्टेड. उसको प्री कूलिंग करना है कि नहीं करना है, देन उसको हैंडलिंग में कितना टेम्परेचर में रखना है. तो व्हीकल्स में तो सेंसर्स तो रखना इज वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, इवन एट द कस्टमर एंड ऑल्सो सुपर मार्केट्स एंड ऑल. सो there also if you put some sensors you see what is the temperature. So sensors are see like agricultural and food engineering is a multidisciplinary department, no? So every time we tell that it is a multidisciplinary department and all. So fruits and vegetables तो पूरा वही है, मतलब how you ensure different disciplines are coming together to solve this complex problem is the most important thing. तो IoT आ सकता है उसमें, AI आ सकता है, ML आ सकता है, सब कुछ everything can come in this. Lot of food chemistry inventions are required. Lot of food technology interventions are required. Whatever you feel can actually contribute to the value can be experimented.
Santosh, can I add to Sakshi? Actually, this ethylene is a ripening hormone for fruits. So the sensor here means if you have the sensor in place, so you can just know while it is being transported, while it is under storage. So what is the rate of ethylene production? And ethylene production can be controlled by controlling the environmental conditions, maybe temperature, humidity, O2, CO2, ultimately the rate of respiration. So in that way, you can increase the ripening, you can delay the ripening. Both you can do by manipulating the conditions. That's what.
Sir, like I was asking in terms of economical background, like is it feasible for advantages in terms of making profit?
Yes, why not? Because the amount of, he has shown the data, wastage data.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
So if you are able to even 1%, 2% save, extend the shelf life, the saving from that and quality, it will far away will be more higher than what you are spending in these instruments and all those things. So obviously it will be economical. Why, Santosh?
Yes, sir. So तो मुझे पता नहीं था इथिलीन सेंसर भी होता है, तो आई वाज नॉट एबल टू आंसर. तो वही है. सो साक्षी, उसका आंसर हम लोग कब देखेंगे? जब हमारा सेंसर लगाने के लिए कितना कॉस्ट होता है, सेंसर लगाने के बाद कितना अपने को एडवांटेज हुआ, वो कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस में हम लोग बता सकते हैं कि वो प्रॉफिटेबल हो कि नहीं. अदरवाइज वो हाइपोथेसिस ही है. सी द थिंग इज, अभी तो प्रॉब्लम पता नहीं है लोगों को. अगर प्रॉब्लम पता भी है तो उसका क्या सॉल्यूशन है भी पता नहीं है. इफ देयर आर मल्टीपल सॉल्यूशन, देन दैट कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस विल कम. दैट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. Where then based on the cost benefit analysis, whichever is giving higher cost benefit analysis, then they can be adapted on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for the presentation. It was really very informative.
It was a good presentation by Mr. Santosh, who has explained the struggle from the farm gate till it reaches the consumers. Still, though every year every organization is doing a lot of research, it still exists. So it starts from the farmers. It's a season-wise minimum support price. So a lot of post-harvest losses. Then the farmers not able to take it to the market, throw away prices in the market. Then no takers. So like that, always the farmers also face a lot of problems, and industries, they have their own way of handling and taking the material and the issues. Similarly, the farmers, if they go for the, say, refrigerated transportation or cold storage, and when those producers go to the market, ultimately they have to charge more because of the additional expenditure they incurred. But when the fresh produce come to the market without undergoing such treatments or the experiments, they will be sold at lesser price. So this is one big drawback faced by the farmers and traders when they do some storage, temporary storage, or even the pre-cooling. So that is that. And as a consumer, if we see whether the farmers are getting good price or better the minimum support price, sometimes we feel that we are charged extra. We are exploited by the traders. So I used to feel like the minimum support price to the farmers, why not the government fix a MRP, maximum retail price? So that should be considering the season, the supply demand, like when they fix the minimum support price. So this is the ratio of conversion between the MSP and the MRP. So that will benefit the consumers in the point of consumers and the industries. And there are industries where they go for contract farming with the farmers. A good example is mentioned about the tomatoes. Like that, many retail stores having a large chain of stores, they go for such things. They ensure the quality and the better price to the farmers also. So always the industries also look for giving back to the farmers in terms of higher prices. I would say the last 2 years, during the lockdown also, many of the commodities, the prices have not gone up. So the banana, for example, Kala, is sold still at 40 rupees only. A piece of banana is only 3 rupees a dozen. Even where we paid that price 3-5 years back also. So you consider the status of the farmers, whether they get income or they end up with loss. So this is the situation. But thoroughly has put it for the knowledge or the information of all the participants. So it is up to our level, wherever we get opportunity, then we can address them and put it to our policy makers. So thank you for good interaction. Thank you, Professor.
Santosh, do you know Professor Viswanathan? Have you interacted?
Thank you, sir.
Santosh?
No, sir.
He is our alumni.
I don't know, sir.
I will introduce him to you. He is our alumni, that is IIT Kharagpur alumni. When I was doing PhD at that time, we were together. He was in M.Tech that time. And after that, now he served at TNAU Coimbatore. He has done pioneer work in food engineering, food process engineering. He headed the department, and presently I think he is in Coimbatore. He settled there.
Yes, I retired.
So he is nearest to you. So you can definitely take his expertise, his advice whenever is required. He is a very, very resourceful person as far as technology is concerned. He will be.
Thank you, sir.
That you can interact with him.
Very, very nice, sir. Yeah, I will get in touch with him.
And Professor,
Sir, what you mentioned about the MRP is right to the point. See, milk may what happened, that till the time it was sold in different rates and all, never the standardization came. The moment the MRP came, the branding came and all, the dairy established like anything. Now dairy is an organized sector, and everybody is happy about the thing. Farmers are happy, consumers are happy, in between people are happy and all. So the same thing if they can do in vegetables also, at least the top vegetables like onion, potato, tomato and all. So I think a lot of things can be changed.
For that, we need a lot of policy matters. So we cannot. So it's basically a supply demand.
Yes, it's a long game, sir. It's basically
it's a long game. Yeah. You cannot be. So it involves a lot of political.
But good thing is, I am seeing on the ground a lot of interventions.
Yes. So suppose if we assess the demand, we can focus the supply. So in that case, we have to limit the farmers to produce the crop only to certain extent of the area. So no farmer will listen to this, because my land, I have resources, I will produce, I will cultivate in my land area. So like that, the supply increases and the demand doesn't increase, and there is a fall in the prices. And ultimately, last year we have paid the maximum 120 rupees for onion aggregatum. That is a small onion which is used in sambar and other things. Now it is sold 4 kgs per 100 rupees. That is less than 25 rupees. You see, the farmers who cultivate and harvest now, they are paid only about 10 to 15 rupees. Whereas in the last season, it was sold for 120. Even I have paid 120. Yesterday, I bought 4 kg of onion for 100 rupees. So that is the condition.
Yes.
That is, in fact, in India, another problem.
Because we don't have policy. We don't have policy. Meeting the
fruits and vegetable is that segregated cultivation production. किसी के गार्डन में 2 पेड़ है, किसी के 4 पेड़ है. सीजन में गलत हो जाता है, आउट ऑफ सीजन डिफेक्टिव हो जाता है. So we need more and more Varghese Kulian in fruits and vegetable sector. That's what.
Mainly this onion and tomato only face two extremes. Extreme prices, onion and tomato. Even government can think of bringing some sort of control over the production and distribution of these two commodities.
And Santosh very rightly told you, milk can be done. Why not fruits and vegetable? But यही है concerted effort government के side पर and public awareness and technologists, scientists and companies like they have all to come forward and take it as a mission mode. In a mission mode, this thing should be taken. I think there are a few questions. Someone wants that how they can join internet.
Yes, sir. Someone is asking how they can join as intern in your company.
Obviously, these are the students. They are interested. So.
Santosh sir,
nutritional value to.
Hello.
Yes, Srinivas is my colleague, sir. He was working with me for the last 4 years.
Sir,
previous company also. So I just shared the link with him so that he also understands.
या सब लोग अभी तक प्राइस के बारे पे बात किया है, तो वी आर वर्किंग इन रिटेल. So as per my view, so everybody shorting the farmers based on their own quality specs. तो अभी e-commerce का स्पेक अलग रहता है क्वालिटी का, और रिटेल का अलग रहता है. तो एज अ व्यू पर अभी मार्केट में प्राइस तो फिक्स हो रहा है, लेकिन कोई क्वालिटी का दिख रहा है नहीं. तो आपका व्यू में किसका प्राइस स्टैंडर्ड है, और आप गवर्नमेंट से सजेशन करना बोले तो किसका स्टैंडर्ड आप सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं?
So if you ask me, 3 स्टैंडर्ड होना चाहिए. एक इकोनॉमी, स्टैंडर्ड, प्रीमियम. एवरीथिंग शुड बी कैटेगराइज्ड इन अच्छा बुरा नहीं है. स्टैंडर्ड शुड बी ओनली जो भी व्हाटएवर डज नॉट.
सर इसमें क्या आ जाएगा? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोल सकता हूँ आपको. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप रिच गार्ड बारे पे देख लो. अभी बैंगलोर में बड़ा साइज आएगा, लेकिन तेलंगाना में छोटा साइज चाहिए. तो अभी वो अनसीजनलिटी में सब लोग बैंगलोर का लेता ही है, ठीक है ना? तो अभी मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, स्टैंडर्ड चाहिए बोलते कौन सा आप सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं बेस्ड ऑन लोकेलिटी और एल्स बेस्ड ऑन डिमांड?
तो सो वो तो लोकल प्रेफरेंसेस के हिसाब से फिर स्टैंडर्ड्स डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. व्हाट आई एम saying is a रिच गार्ड which is टेढ़ा मेढ़ा, वो इकोनॉमी में जाएगा. इफ रिच गार्ड का क्वालिटी अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, फ्रेश है, ये टेंडर है एंड ऑल, देन वो प्रीमियम में जाएगा. एवरेज सब स्टैंडर्ड में रहेगा. इकोनॉमी का रेट होगा अगर मान लो 15 रुपीज, स्टैंडर्ड का 20 एंड प्रीमियम का 25. दैट्स इट. इसमें कॉम्प्लिकेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. अब एक बंदा बोलेगा ये अच्छा है, ये बंदा बोलेगा नहीं अच्छा है, वो तो नहीं.
Yes.
For economy, this is the rate.
So that's my question, sir. Actually, that's my question. So who decided that premium economic quality is nobody fixed the standardization from government or any scientist? So that's my question.
Can I add here?
That's what. So even I also have put it as a problem to be solved. Something that has to come. Who does it? We have to. I think professors also can suggest who should be the right people. अभी राइस वगैरह में किया तो वो किसने किया और कैसे उसको अडाप्ट किया, वो सब देख के we can see.
So we have a classification.
That is one
Agmark grading. We have Agmark grading for many commodities, but this fruits and vegetables they have not been under this category. Agmark. So we can suggest. We can suggest to bring them under Agmark.
Yes, sir.
Based on the size they can be graded.
Geeta ma'am, you're saying something?
Yes. I am Geeta Ramana, Professor Mishra and Professor student long ago. I am an agriculture graduate also from Karnataka.
It's not clearly audible.
I am agriculture graduate also from Karnataka. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So this grading which you are talking.
Yeah, Geeta, I can hear.
About, yes, grading which you are talking about can be of different categories. Like even if the vegetable or a fruit is looking very small, some people prefer a local variety which would obviously look smaller than a hybrid variety. So it's not just the size that decides the quality. There are various parameters like whether it is organic, non-organic. Of course, India, we haven't got to the extent of GMO, non-GMO, but local varieties are preferred by some of the people. Although the appearance is not very good. So that is one point. And another thing regarding ethylene sensor, which was discussed earlier, that can be used for grading the vegetables for suitability. If, as sir said, if ethylene emission is more from that shows it is ripe. So the grading can be done so that more ripe products can be moved very faster, and less ripe ones can be stored for few more days, then can be pushed into the market.
What Srinivas is trying to say that yes, now at least there should be a clear-cut national standard. Which are, that yes, let us say tomato and tomato, it's maybe darker point, its color, or its pressure, and jet touch, either its hardness, softness. Some parameter might be taken, and on the basis of which you can say it is grade 1, it is grade 2, and it is grade 3. You that at the production point, at the farm gate, that they can just go for the primary processing and then segregate, and it can be given to the market, it can be given to the processing, it can be given to the super wholesale market, like that. So if there is a need, although it is a big challenging task, it is not very easy task, because seeing the diversity and nature and type of commodity and the situation which is there in our country, under the conditions it is grown, it is transported, it is a huge difficult task, but nothing is impossible. And I think now government has started thinking on it. Maybe in the next few years, we might see for some commodities, because people are working that like hyperspectral imaging, etc., and some hand tool sensors, etc., which can detect the quality of the, and it can be just maybe microbial quality, that physical quality, color. So 2-3 important, 1 or 2, which can be easily done at the farm gate level, at the user level, at the industry level. You need not to go into the laboratory, and otherwise there are method and laboratory में ले जाके टेस्ट कराओ हो जाएगा. बट इस तरह का एक मेथड एंड टूल डेवलप करने की आवश्यकता है, और इसको एक लीगल आइडेंटिटी में भी FSSAI and BIS लेवल पर it should be done. Then it will really help. Am I right, Srinivas?
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Yes.
आएगा. ऐसा जिस तरह से चल रहा है, मे भी हो सकता है आज के 5 साल बाद, 10 साल बाद, जब आप लोग हम लोगों के लेवल पर आओगे, तो यू विल सी दिस थिंग इन रियलिटी, है ना. आज के 10 साल 15 साल पहले का मार्केट देख लो, और आज आई थिंक जो संतोष ने वो जो पहला स्लाइड दिखाया, पहला दूसरा स्लाइड, so really I think the situation is there in some villages and somewhere, but in most of the cities, if you go and if you say go to a big market, supermarket, and almost every city is having supermarket, and where fruits and vegetables are sold, in his third slide, like crates and all those things. So the situation that has come in India also, the situation is getting improved. We have to be optimistic and work for it.
एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज सर, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द प्राइस थिंग इज, इफ यू सी बिग बास्केट, फ्लिपकार्ट, ये सब जो प्लेटफॉर्म्स में, सो दे सेल एट लोअर प्राइस बट लोअर डिनोमिनेटेड क्वांटिटी. जैसा कैरेट हो गया, 250 grams is the SKU size, they will sell at 20 rupees. You feel that it is okay because you consume only 250 grams, but really वो 80 rupees per kg होता है, which is good for everyone.
संतोष, अभी प्राइस के लिए तो नेशनल लेवल पर इतना कितना चल रहा है. देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स, मिडिल मैन और कंज्यूमर को कितना मिल जाता है, उसका कितना पार्ट प्रोड्यूसर को जाता है, कितने पार्ट आड़तीये लेते हैं, ऑल दो थिंग्स. तो यू सी दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन एट द एंड. नाउडेज गवर्नमेंट ट्राई टू रेगुलेट दिस, सो आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट इज डेफिनेटली वर्किंग ऑन दिस. आई एम श्योर दे आर with good intention, they are moving ahead, and definitely it will come in some way. Someday it will come. और एक दो क्वेश्चन है जयश्री.
Sir, someone is asking.
न्यूट्रिशनल
There is one question from.
वैल्यू के ऊपर पूछ रहा है. Krishna is asking, I think. So, नहीं, so see, nutrition value तो we cannot actually increase or decrease ही कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हार्वेस्ट होने के बाद वो मॉइस्चर लॉस होता है, योर फ्रेशनेस गेट्स डाउन एंड ऑल. न्यूट्रिशनल इज द लीस्ट एड्रेस्ड टॉपिक इन दिस, बिकॉज पहले तो वो गायब जो हो रहा है उसको कम करना है, बाद में देखा जाएगा. एंड फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स आर एनीवेज न्यूट्रिशनल, सो उसका न्यूट्रिशनल एस्पेक्ट्स बढ़ाने के लिए अभी तो आई डोंट थिंक इज टू मेनी थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग.
यही है, जितना है यूज अप्रोप्रिएट टेक्नोलॉजी. अरे दे हैव टू यूज अप्रोप्रिएट टेक्नोलॉजी टू रिटेन द न्यूट्रिएंट्स.
मेंटेन करना है, मेंटेन करने का है. Yes.
some advanced technologies are coming. When you go to the processed product, definitely you can increase the nutritional value by processing.
I think now nutritional value is much more concerned about grain or products which are like non-perishable. People are concentrating more.
फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल में तो आप क्या न्यूट्रिशनल इंक्रीज करोगे? ऑलरेडी ये स्टोर हाउस ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड बायो न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स वो है, उसी को बचा लो तो अपने आप में ही एक दैट इज
मिनिमल प्रोसेसिंग.
हाँ, तो इफ दैट इज रिटेन्ड दैट इटसेल्फ does the job, but by way of appropriate processing, appropriate packaging, one can do that. Or even अगर कहीं जरूरत है तो ऐड करने की भी there are methods, but in the products.
Yes.
Okay, like if the cotton vegetable coating, spraying, all those things are there. Micro encapsulation. There are several technologies, but always again yes.
One question came from Geeta. How is the price कैसे फिक्स होता है करके पूछ रहा है.
अरे
there are two ways, sir.
I hope it is not asking your confidential information.
Sir,
No. We can just broadly tell
that way. I'm just asking if APMC, with the comparison with APMC, everyday prices are when they go to collect.
Yes. तो APMC से कंपैरिजन होता है, वो एक तरीका है. दूसरा है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइसिंग भी होता है. So before you harvest only we finalize the price and all. So there are 2-3 methods basically. तो अगर APMC का अगर है तो नियरेस्ट मार्केट लेते हैं, देन उसका जो ट्रांसपोर्ट है वो निकालते हैं, वो जो मंडी कमीशन है वो निकालते हैं, then we pay the farmer.
So farmers get a better price than selling to APMC, and I think they are handling better.
Because they don't have to worry about transport, they don't have to worry about mandi commissioning agents. They will directly get the account payment in their accounts.
Contractual is from the time of sowing or only at the time of harvesting? Like Reliance.
वही कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अगर है तो at the time of sowing होता है.
शुरू से even they give expertise also, seed and all those things, everything they give. That depends how the contract.
And it is not Vehicle is only in the south, right? Nowhere else, not in the north.
अभी के लिए तो ओनली साउथ में. तो चंद्रकांत पूछ रहे हैं वो मिनिमम कैपेसिटी इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना चाहिए, तो वो तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा.
कितना कैपेसिटी आपका कितना है?
I want to ask if someone has to for minimum BC ratio, benefit cost ratio, that has to be cross 1. For that, what should be the minimum capacity and investment? That I am asking.
Collection center, grading center के लिए approximately 1 lakh is enough. You need some 500 square feet facility. एक दो grading table चाहिए. Then you can charge 1 rupee extra per kg. So even if you let's say handle 3 tons per day, also your money will come back.
That
चाहिए, but you need basically important क्या है? No, there is a one trick. अभी if you grade and give, you will sell A grade at a higher price. But what will you do with the B grade? जो rejection आता है उसको क्या करना है वो सोच के करना पड़ेगा. You need to have alternative channels to liquidate that produce.
And sir, what about investment? Initial investment, suppose.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ 1 लाख से भी कर सकते.
And second question
कोई छोटा सा फैसिलिटी चाहिए, क्रेडिट चाहिए. हाँ, एक
हेलो
FSSAI लाइसेंस मैंडेटरी है. एक APMC लाइसेंस भी बोलते हैं, वो बोल के एक होता है, वो भी लेना है. अगर आप पैकिंग वगैरह करना है तो पैकिंग लाइसेंस चाहिए.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
कृष्णा घोष पूछ रहा है फूड टेक्नोलॉजी का डिमांड है क्या? वो तो है ही, मतलब फूड टेक्नोलॉजी सी अल्टीमेटली if you are adding value to this, then whatever 90,000 crores that we are going to save, वो तो फिर वापस अपने को ही आएगा.
Yes, yes. It is demand is increasing day by day. Food technologist.
Yeah.
Food technologist.
But it should be innovative.
In the market. Yes, yes. Yeah. It should not be traditional. Innovative. Yes. Innovative food technology.
Solution oriented होना चाहिए सर.
Yes, yes. You are right.
गीता पूछ रही है प्रोसेसिंग के addition to yes yes हाँ कट वेजिटेबल्स करने के लिए आपको मैं बोला था ना, जो टेढ़ा मेढ़ा है वो कट में चला जाता है. वैसे तो रिडक्शन तो होता ही है वेस्टेज का, बट कट वेजिटेबल्स का अडॉप्शन थोड़ा कम है इंडिया में, तो उसको अगर बढ़ा सकते हैं तो देन इट्स अ मार्केटिंग प्रॉब्लम, इट इज अ सप्लाई चेन प्रॉब्लम, इट इज अ फाइनेंस प्रॉब्लम. मतलब वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी का डेफिनेशन है. हर एक डिसिप्लिनरी से कुछ ना कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन चाहिए इसमें.
Like mixed vegetable, some product can, if a mixed vegetable product can be done, like
yeah.
I don't know, I can think
वो
of
भी कर सकते हैं
only right now. Unit adjacent to this collection center can reduce the wastage. If the product is not good to the appearance, but part of it can be cut properly and utilized.
Yes, that is true. और अगर कोई होटल है वहाँ पे आप वो दे सकते हो जो काट के यूज कर सकते हो.
Many things can be done.
Anything else? Anybody want to ask?
I think there is no more question.
Santosh sir,
yes, I think we will conclude.
I have one question. When we are considering sustainability, so we are like supporting retail and e-commerce, but still the PP covers and punnets we are using to satisfy customers and for appearance. So how we are going to replace all the PP covers and punnets? So what your view and how we can replace that? And second question I have, imports we have more demand. So we have any practices how to we can grow in India. So we have succeeded one crop and Nalgonda with apple. So we have any practices like that? So the changing of genomes and things. Yeah, thank you.
First question is, people are using plastic covers and all. At least packaging is happening. Convenience is increasing. That is a good sign for the industry. But it has to be in a biodegradable packages and all, so that whatever is happening is not detrimental to the environment and all. We cannot eliminate. I don't personally say that no, ये packing नहीं करना चाहिए, 250 ग्राम के लिए एक नया पैकेट नहीं करना चाहिए and all. What I say is वो पेपर आप वो प्लास्टिक के अलावा कोई दूसरा मटेरियल यूज करो, बिकॉज इट्स यूज एंड थ्रो ओनली. नो, यू बाई वेजिटेबल्स टुडे, यू थ्रो द पैकेट. तो यू जस्ट जैसा बिग बास्केट का फ्रेश कवर है, पेपर है, वैसा मिनिमल वेस्टेज का यूज करो. सेकेंड थिंग, एक्सपोर्ट्स में श्रीनिवास, वी नीड टू सी what are the major products that we can grow here. We can grow almost everything, but what are the products which can give us the right returns? Then how can we actually use the skill set we have to ensure we are focusing on those products and delivering at a scale. As a rice, for example, in Hyderabad, it has actually in Punjab, तो basmati rice is become very big. So something like that we need to see. अब onion में अगर अपने को export करना है, तो we have to put all the efforts in onion. और reduction in palm का reduction करने के लिए सोच रहा है. So we have to focus on oil palm. So first तो analyze करना है कि what products are worth doing, worth exporting, and worth focusing our efforts and all. Like Washington become famous for apples, so what can India become famous for? Like Nasik grapes है, तो grapes अभी कितना world export market कितना है? Nasik से कितना होता है?
We are doing this year. So this project is happening anywhere. That's my question.
So we I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are doing independently these activities, but I think we need more of these collaboration activities. If somebody is already doing that, then can somebody else add value on that?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So these cut vegetables are minimally processed fruits and vegetables. It's a growing market.
Yes.
So we cannot attempt or aim at all the fruits and vegetables. Only which are all say bought at a lower level, and also which involves cumbersome at home in preparation or in cutting, slicing. For example, nowadays green pea is deeper and available in packets. Then pineapples, it is peeled and sliced, available neatly in jack. Similarly, in our area we use banana sap. Banana sap is also cleaned, processed and made available. Banana pseudo stem. So like that, there are many things which takes more time at home and also needs some skill. So traditionally people were doing, but now people they get engaged in other work and they're not able to do it. So in such cases, it is possible. So not only the grapes, we have many different fruits. If you take Tamil Nadu and Andhra, we have mangoes. If you take Kerala, good jackfruits are available, and Karnataka also jackfruits. In Maharashtra, we have kokum also. So like that, we have good fruits, vegetables throughout the country distributed and seasonally available, and also they are exported. Though not to the European countries, they are exported to Far East Asia and Gulf countries. Thank you.
Sir, I think we have come to an end. We will move towards finishing. I think whatever questions we have exhausted. So thank you, Santosh. I think it was one of the most interactive and completely practical webinar we have got through in the recent times. Very insightful, and you really addressed the elephant in the room. So moving forward, I would request our research scholar, Chirasmita Panigrahi, to say vote of thanks to Mr. Santosh.
Hello, thank you, Justri ma'am. I would like to propose a vote. Thanks for today's webinar lecture. I actually thanks to Mr. Santosh Madam sir for sharing his vast knowledge and expertise in the field of the supply chain of fruits and vegetables. It was really a very wonderful interactive session that provided interesting insights into the real scenario of agri-supply chain, waste utilization in perishable sector, and all the solutions, ideas and innovative food logistics and the distribution aspects which are adopted by the company. Very cool. So thank you, sir. I wholeheartedly thank our mentor and coordinator, Professor H.N. Misra sir, for providing us the opportunity to arrange this webinar session. A big thanks to all my lab mates for their active involvement throughout this webinar series. I wish to thank all the audience for their sincere participation and hope to have such in the upcoming lecture also. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you all.
So the next presentation will be by Divyakanta Seth and will be on 8th October. Hope to see you everyone, and we will release the details shortly. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you everyone.